your three musketeers, BQ,
Hello,
Walt, and myself, and a fourth musketeer,
my favorite.
the odd musketeer out.
Sunday Jeff's here again?
No,
You can't get rid of Sunday Jeff.
it's Sunday Jeff doing his best Git'em impression. Oh dear.
I think I figured out you're not doing Droopy. You're doing Huckleberry Hound.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, you remember the blue dog, Huckleberry
Yeah.
Hound? I think you're doing him.
Huh.
Oh, my darling. Oh, my
Oh,
darling.
maybe. No, wasn't Droopy Dog the one the elevator opened and he was like, "Oh dear." Droopy Dog.
Yeah. I think you're doing Huckleberry Hound.
I remember Huckleberry Hound. I remember him singing that song. I just remember the "Oh dear" being.
Yeah, oh dear doesn't leap to mind when I think Droopy. So what are we going to get into first? We're going to get into the serious stuff first. We're going to get into some light stuff first. I have
Well, I mean,
We got
Git'em's here, so-
all the NFL's problems.
yeah.
There's a lot of serious issues, but I think this most serious issue at the table, on the table, under the table, off the table is Git'em, Steve, Dave, and me, our riff.
Okay. Then the Adrian Peterson stuff will wait until a little bit later. And we will address... so you asked Git'em down here today to...
No, I did not. I have no idea why he's here. I was shocked. I walked outside and I saw him hanging out with you in the parking lot.
Right.
And I thought you called him here.
Well, we're roommates now.
Why are you guys hanging out in the parking lot?
We happened to pull up at the same time, and we were talking because I went to Richmond, Virginia, WizardCon this past weekend, and military guy, good guy, Chris, and he had a buddy with him whose name I can't recall, but he gave us some of those challenge coins and a special Zippo for Git'em.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Which has seen action. Yeah, 2 wars. 2 wars, he said.
That's incredible.
It is.
Git'em, do you feel like this is the start of, just a mass acceptance? Like now you're just getting nice gifts.
It's beautiful.
Like, that's actually a meaningful.
Yeah, it's not the first time someone sent me a Zippo.
Right, but that's
So,
been through two
wars. Yeah, stuffing. And I have a special shelf in my collection for military
Other
Zippos.
people have sent Zippos, but I've ordered them and paid for them.
This is a nice coin.
Yes.
Yeah, it's good looking,
It's a
right?
nice lighter.
Why is it called a challenge coin?
I don't know.
If I recall correctly, it's like they put a call out, and whoever has the highest rank or the highest coin wins, and whoever's lower has to buy the drinks.
Is this like Pogs?
Okay.
Pretty much, yeah. It's like that one metal thing that you had to bounce to the slammer it was called. Challenge coin. All right, we're all going to learn a little something unless you already know what it is. Challenge coin is a small coin or medallion. I guess it doesn't have to be specifically military. It's carried by an organization's members. Traditionally, they are given to prove membership when challenged and to enhance morale. So what we need to do is get a couple of Tell 'em Steve Dave challenge coins,
That's
obviously.
not bad. These have taken over the FTNY. I've seen a lot of firehouses get these made.
Really?
Yeah.
So we get these made, and we have the emblem of the ant, of course, and then the ants carry them, and when challenged, do you listen to Tell 'em Steve Dave? You bust out your challenge coin and say go fuck yourself.
You're going to lose that challenge every time if you're just walking up to random people and asking do you listen to Tell 'em Steve Dave?
Yeah, but they could do like I do. I use my Whalers coin as a bar marker when I go to the bar. I put it on top of my money so the bartender knows that's my money and that I'm still there. So.
Yeah, wouldn't that be thrilling?
Yes, it would be.
You're really.
I really have not had
He
it.
chapped your ass on this, huh?
Yeah.
So much
Q,
so you're costing the ants a challenge coin.
listen to this bullshit, Q.
Okay.
So, who has been Git'em's biggest supporter amongst us three?
You. I wanted him shot, fired, and quartered at one point. Johnson,
You've been disinterested from the start. You've shown very little interest in him.
Git'em's not your boy.
I can't say that I've supported him. No.
You haven't really come down. You're just kind of like I really don't care if he's around or he's
like
not.
melanoma, you've just kind of
Indifferent.
accepted that he's on you.
Right.
Right.
Yeah, I've never gone the bat for him.
Right.
I don't believe.
Yeah. And I escalate too wildly. One week I love him, one week I hate him.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
But you've definitely been the one who was like,
You've had him by your house to
Yes.
help you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, I'm being mocked for like happening to meet up with him in the parking lot. You're the guy who's had him over for dinner.
I wasn't mocking you. I just thought it was strange you guys are hanging out back by the dumpsters.
Yeah. I was like, oh, hey, Walt.
We're looking for your
Doing
phone.
So I've always been the guy that's been like, we should include Git'em in more stuff. I put him on the Vinyl Cast album cover.
That's right, the focus.
I mean, the centerpiece. Yeah.
Centerpiece. I've always been a proponent when there was a lot of ants who were trashing him and saying they've had, I was like,
like when he stole our website.
And I always said he never stole it.
Sure.
You can't steal something that never belonged to us.
Q and I were disgusted with him at that point, and you still did.
Well, he offered us for like $300, then raised the price to $700. So there was definitely a lot of controversy.
Yeah, once he tripled the price.
Right.
I never once ever wavered, though, in my
No.
support and my...
You called him a visionary.
Yeah.
For
So
getting
You
that
can't be
website.
punished and be tarred and feathered for having the foresight to get that domain, never dreaming that there would be a podcast called that.
Right.
And I thought it was unfair for him to be slagged on.
Right.
You stood up
Thank
for
you.
him.
Thank you.
And I feel positive that's paid
It's
you back
over.
in dividends.
No,
No, it has not?
I don't
I
understand
feel like it's
what's
about to
happened.
change.
I don't know what's happened in my life. That I have reached out to this person on numerous occasions and pulled my hand back and just to have Git'em shat all over it.
Right. You pull your hand back, it's soiled.
It stinks.
It reeks
He sprayed your hand.
of Git'em's musk.
So I time and time again I come to him and ask him, "Hey, do you want
I
to?"
want a cologne. Get him must. Oh, I wish we had. Okay, I'm sorry.
On numerous occasions, I've offered him a chance to be part of the Tell 'em Steve Dave podcast, behind the scenes, to come up with ideas, come up with stuff, and be a part of it on a bigger.
He's at every comic book men premiere party. I don't. I know somebody invites him to that.
I make it. I always make it an effort to give his name out, and if there's, if there's ever any special events with CBM related that he can be a part of, I give it to the producers.
Right.
And I've also asked him time and time again to be a part of Tell 'em Steve Dave in different various ways. The most recent time, he told me he was too tired or too busy to do those dream recordings.
Right.
But
Something that
I-
would have taken 30 seconds.
But I did submit to you. You asked me for a bunch of ideas
Right.
that was superhero comic related, and I came up with a bunch of them.
Right.
I was there when Walt was receiving them, and he would look at it and be like, what the fuck?
Okay.
So Q. So after that, I extended the olive branch again. I was like, "Don't worry about it, get him.
Right.
Let's come up with something together. Let's come up with some sort of like really cool game together."
Well, he's a troubled individual.
This olive tree has no more branches left.
It's crazy. You've handed him the olive stump. The last
So
root
I
left.
said, "Hey, I'm done shooting comic book men. We should get together and come up with some really cool game ideas. Me and you."
Did you really write that?
I wrote this. I wrote this to him. Yeah,
That's really
yes.
nice.
On
Well, joking aside,
Well,
that's-
26.
yeah.
Okay.
I said, let's get together. Let's not
Right.
do it over the internet. And let's get together and go out for lunch or something. I said, because I'm done shooting comic book man.
You and I have never had.
No.
Coming on 20 years. I've never gone for lunch.
No get-togethers.
All right.
So this is the email I get back, which is fine. This one's good. I'm thinking like, okay, he still likes me. Okay, let me know a day and time. I could use a distraction. I don't know if you want me to cut this out, but it says, I got some guy at my job trying to get me fired, writing me up for little things like doing karate moves while directing traffic.
Yeah.
Okay, so I don't know if you want that in here, but
That's
I don't
not
need an
professional,
explanation
by
for
the
that.
What?
To be doing karate moves while you direct the traffic.
But you see that all the time on the internet, like the traffic cop who dances.
that was,
and all that other
It was in the
stuff.
other guys. Mark Wahlberg did it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's in a fictional movie.
You're not-
But there's guys in
Wahlberg.
Singapore who do it. There are traffic cops in
Yeah, but you're
Singapore.
directing traffic. This is America. Like people.
You're not getting paid to fucking be clever
Right.
out of where you're
And
at.
also, karate moves are much more aggressive than little dance moves, probably. You know?
But anyway, that's
Do you know karate?
No.
that shows me right there. He's not even interested. He just wants to tell me about the karate moves. He's not interested in setting up the
Well, what it
day
tells me,
or
Walt-
coming up with ideas.
It tells me that he needs a creative outlet because work is not giving it.
And
to him.
I'm trying to give it to him. So then I write back, okay, next week is no good, but any day the following week works. Any time works. Let's get together and come up with something between now and then. Doesn't need to be fleshed out. Just some loose thoughts and concepts. So give me a day or time. Never responded.
Now, actually, I went back to the origin of this thread, and it came from me.
What's that?
Because
Wait, are you guys talking on email or
Yeah.
on Twitter?
Email.
yeah,
Email.
Emails.
because I'm starting to remember. I don't remember most of this night. I do remember this part though.
Why don't you remember it?
It was my Tuesday night. I was out drinking.
You only do that on Tuesdays?
Yeah, I usually do it on Tuesday nights.
Why Tuesdays?
Because I have Wednesday off, and I've recovered from working Monday. So
Recovered.
I know.
and one of my favorite bartenders is usually working at my bar. So
He's
So,
all worn out from
Just, you know,
fucking
I don't
doing
even
his,
care.
his kata.
Does anybody care about the origins? Just tell me what, like, you're not interested.
no, I up until
Was I too harsh with you about, did you hear him about, I wanted you to get cancer from smoking? Is that what you thought?
no, I do not. That was,
That was a
only
joke.
recently.
Do
That
you
was only
smoke?
recently. What?
Do you smoke?
Occasionally, yes.
Why? Why would you smoke?
it's
You're a
it's-
smart guy. At least I
It's a
always
social thing.
I always felt like you were the most intelligent guy in the room when you're in the room.
Yeah.
Did you?
When he's alone in the room.
Did you? Really?
Yeah, I really think he's way smarter than anybody in the room. He just plays this yokel from.
Yeah. I mean, there's no doubt he's an intelligent guy. I agree with that.
Absolutely.
There's no part of me that ever thinks that.
So
Git'em
why
is
do you
stupid.
smoke?
It's just a social thing. Like when if I'm at work and I'm around somebody who smokes, I usually bum a smoke off them. Or if I'm out at the bar, I bum a smoke off somebody else. I usually pay for them 50 cents.
Is it your way of like
Making friends?
interacting?
Let's see it. Sometimes you go out, you go outside, you talk. It's almost like the water cooler thing, or the people who, there's some people they don't get a break at work unless they smoke, and then they start taking up smoking.
Could you imagine can you imagine I have so much going on, and I keep fucking getting snubbed left and right by Git'em.
I honestly,
It's absolutely horrifying.
Man,
I should be ashamed.
It's bewildering.
He should be swinging from your nuts. Is what you're saying. He's not. He's not.
I should be ashamed, like that I'm trying this hard, and he just keeps just slamming the door in my face. I mean, really, I'm an idiot because I don't pick up on the signs of leave me alone.
Is that what it is, Git'em?
I honestly do not. I do not remember that email exchange up until I started reading it. Then it kind of, like I said, it started coming back into focus.
Up to this point, I always thought Walt was the smartest guy in the room, and now that I see you're pursuing Git'em so relentlessly, I'm starting to second guess that.
Oh yeah. I'm definitely not the smartest guy in the room. The smartest guy in the room wouldn't fucking continually get slapped across the face.
Small point about smoking. Troy texted me.
Oh yeah,
and
what happened? Your impassioned plea?
he actually-
Which wasn't that impassioned?
It wasn't that impassioned. It didn't need to be because he had quit a couple months earlier. So,
All right. So it worked.
yeah.
Yes.
So we did our job. That's
Yeah.
Why didn't you
We
post that
saved his
video?
life.
I just much like Git'em, I just forgot about it.
Oh,
That could have been. You could have been onto something there.
I still can.
We could have millions by now.
people are still waiting for it on Reddit.
Well, Git'em, will you make one now? Will you quit?
What?
Will you make a video quitting?
I don't have a pack of cigarettes.
Oh, well, maybe after this.
Will you just give us your word you'll never smoke again? Ever?
And then you challenge someone else?
You can't do that.
No,
Why?
it's a tough thing to.
Well, how many packs of cigarettes? You smoke a week?
He's
I don't
addicted.
need you to actually quit.
He
I just
smokes
need
one
you to-
cigarette a week.
Yeah, it's sometimes 1 or 2 a day.
Really? You smoke a
Oh,
cigarette?
so that's your steady smoker.
It's like if I go to like Monday I had none because I don't work with anybody who smokes on Mondays. But like during the
Oh, what a bum.
I pay for them. I pay 50 cents a cigarette. I pay 50 cents a cigarette. That's a good price.
Well, Again, look, I'm horrified at myself. I hate myself. I hate myself right now. Listening to that, and I'm like trying like a madman to get him to be my friend.
I know.
And this is the shit that like comes out of his mouth.
That's what he does, Walt. That's his trick. That's what he did to me.